Hello, I'm Cheng from Stanford Real Lab. Today I'll talk about how to 3D print UMI gripper. The first step you need to do is to have a 3D printer. In theory, you can use any 3D printer you want, but in this project, we use two Creality 3D Ender 3 S1 printers, mostly because they're cheap and they have direct drive extruder, which means that the motor is on the print head. And this setup is very important for printing TPU material, which is soft. We updated our 3D printers with 0.6mm nozzle that's made out of hardened steel. The larger diameter nozzle gives us thicker lines that allows us to print faster, while simultaneously increasing the strength of the resulting print. We need hardened steel nozzle because we use carbon fiber reinforced nylon to print the mounting for gripper and the GoPro. And this is because during long hours operations, the gripper and the GoPro produce a lot of heat, and using regular PLA material will simply melt or deform. For whatever printer you end up using, please level your print bed carefully following instruction of the manufacturer. Now, to actually print all the parts, we need to run our 3D model through a software called a slicer. In this project, we use automated Cura, and we're provided a single-step solution that you can directly drag and drop into a Cura file. So if you go to our hardware guide, scroll down, and here's 3D printing instructions. If you click this link, it'll show you a bunch of 3MF files. You can directly drag and drop one of these files into Cura, hit open, and it will load all the models and exact print parameters that you use into Cura. And you can simply click slice, and click preview. And here is the generated G code. Now, if you want to use a different 3D printing software, or you want to do all of these arrangements by yourself, you do need to be very careful about the print settings. Specifically, each of these parts have part-specific print setting. For example, if you click the handle, you can see that I have infill density set to 100 because this part needs to be very strong. Also, for the grip and the linkage, I have separate settings for wall thickness and top-bottom thickness. And for finger holders, I use tree support. Same for the other file that has the top and bottom plates. If you are using your own software, please carefully check all the print parameters I use. These parameters are important to get a successful print in the end. Printing soft fingers are especially tricky because it uses the TPU material that need to be printed very slowly. Here we use a 20mm per second of print speed. Also, if you zoom in, you'll find that this part has a lot of thin features that only has 2 layers of walls, and these are especially tricky to print. So you need to make sure that your printer nozzle is either 0.4mm or 0.6mm. For more advanced users, we also release our CAD files with Onshape. It allows you to do whatever changes you want on the hardware design. To access the CAD file, again, you can go to our hardware building guide, scroll down, and here's a section for CAD models. If you click the link, once the CAD model is open, you can rotate by dragging with right click. And on the bottom left, you can see a list for all the parts. Each part you can independently export into STL file. If you right click and hit export and select XTL unit with millimeter and resolution to 5. We designed the CAD model to be fully parameterized and customizable. If you click right on the variable table icon, we'll bring up the variable table. And here you can see all the parameters that you can directly change. One common issue we found during 3D printing is sometimes the printing is slightly inaccurate. Maybe the holes on the 3D parts are a little too small. That's difficult to get the screws in. You can go to the variable table and look for M3 diameter. This is diameter for the holes for M3 screws. If your print is too tight, you can loosen it by increasing this number. Some of you might also find the grip to be too small for your hand. I specifically designed the grip for my hand. In that case, you can go to the variable table, look for palm width, and this is literally the width of your palm. So you can pull out a ruler or a caliper, simply measure the width of your palm, and you can enter the number in millimeter. Let's say if it's 100. You can see that the handle just grew longer to accommodate your bigger hand. Anyway, feel free to play with all of these numbers. Just remember to make a copy of the CAD file. Because we'll be printing pretty large parts, to prevent warping, you want to evenly apply a layer of PVA glue onto your print bed. Because the print is going to take very long, it's a good idea to watch until the first layer is finished printing. This is the most likely place where the print is going to fail. Once you're done with 3D printing, you can watch our next video, which will teach you how to assemble the UMI gripper. Thank you for watching.